Now we're in the hole a little, and we're gonna have to pull from. Ow! It wouldn't be Christmas if there wasn't a little blood involved, right? Hello friends, welcome back. I am so glad you're here because I'm going to be answering some of your questions while I wrap some gifts for Derek. These are some of his co-workers' gifts. This is from Paula Shannon123. Will your parents be coming to you for Christmas? I think your mom is hilarious. Thank you very much. I think my mom is hilarious too. But they will not be joining us for Christmas this year. It's a bummer. This is from Love the Many Ways. Do you go equal on how many gifts you get each of your kids? Or do you go equal on the amount of money? That is a very good question, and I get asked this a lot. Oh. Well, when they were younger, we would go equal on the amount, and we would try with that amount to get the same amount of gifts. Kids are funny that way. They do count, they do notice. So when they were little, we would try to do the same amount of gifts. Okay, now that they're older, we have a budget. We have a Christmas budget. And how can I explain this? The older teenagers are a lot more expensive than the little kids. Now even the little kids are getting expensive. You know, the teens want phones and iPods, and they want like computers and like all the expensive stuff. So they don't get, they might open a little less than the other kids. The amount that they get now is different. We go by, it changes every year, you guys. I know I'm not making any sense, but it changes every year. Like, for example, this year, Callie's a little, no, Callie's not the most expensive kid. I want to say Boston is. I want to say Boston is this year. But we try to give our kids 3 to 4 gifts from mom and dad. They open up a gift from Grammy and Grampy, and then they open up their stocking, and on Christmas Eve, they open up a gift from the sibling exchange. So we pretty much keep it the same number of gifts, but their amount will be totally different. But when they were little, we had like 150 a kid or 200. It just depended on what our finances were that year. And then we got as much that it would equal to. Sometimes, yeah. And if you want to feel like they're getting more to unwrap, ask Santa to wrap the gifts that are in the stocking. And then it'll feel, you know, that they're unwrapping a little bit more. So we've asked Santa that. But it's hard for me to, you know, it's hard for us to put a price limit on the older kids because their needs are a little bit different. Last year, Jonah got his punching bag, kickboxing, Everlast thing. That was spendy, but I did get it on Black Friday. So he got that and just a couple of little things. He got a hoodie. He got some sports thing. Like, he opened up 2 other gifts. And that was it. They know. Like, we have this discussion with the teenagers. They know, like, what they ask for. They don't open much. But we don't go hog wild with the kids. We don't go crazy for Christmas. They get, like I said, 3 or 4 gifts from us, maybe 1 from Santa. And Santa doesn't get all the glory unless it's something huge, like the kickboxing thing. So, yeah, it's different every year. Just depends on the needs and wants, you know. This is from Mama Needs an App. Do you make homemade gifts? Yes, we have done homemade gifts. Last year we did homemade gifts for Derek's work company. If you guys saw that video, we did the potpourri bags. Those were fun. We're also doing cookies. I have made wooden blocks with like a quote on them, and for family, you guys have seen that. But yes, we'll do homemade gifts as well. Just takes a lot of thought and a lot of planning. From Jasmine Flock, do you have a favorite Christmas song? If so, what is it and why? Ooh, my favorite Christmas song. Oh, Mary Did You Know. The lyrics to Mary Did You Know are beautiful. It, you know, just, Mary, did you realize who you were raising and what he would do and accomplish? And it's an amazing song. So yeah, that one is. From Miss Zoe Shares, is there anything about Christmas? Is there anything you hate about Christmas? Oh, honestly, what I hate about Christmas is the end, when it's over and I have to clean it all up, put Christmas away. Honestly, that's the thing I hate most about Christmas, is when it's over. I dread it because I'm like, I have to put all this stuff away. Yeah. I guess maybe like scheduling our time between families and your own traditions and trying to make everybody happy. I hate that. I do. That sucks. Okay, this is from Clarissa Samley. How do you budget all year for this? Okay, so what Derek and I do is we sit down at the beginning of each year and we create our budget. And we look at what we spent last year. We look at what things are in the year for us as a family, what's coming, what we have to spend money on. Of course, there are surprises that come up during the year. We had a huge surprise this year. And so we're like, okay, so there's things that come up. But we look at our year and we go through our budget, like what we're gonna spend on the car or the house maintenance and the kids and sports and all that. Then we put a price on it and we're like, okay, this year for Christmas we're going to spend, our limit is, I don't know, I'm gonna throw a number out there, like our limit is $1,000. So we take $1,000 and we divide it by 12. So we know that we are going to have to put away from every month $83 or $84 if you want to round it, $84 a month goes into the Christmas savings account. And if we find something during the year that we, you know, found a really good deal on, we want to get for somebody for Christmas, it comes out of that fund. And we just keep deducting if we spend it. So that's how we do Christmas. There are some years where we have slacked on our budget and we've done it with a bonus or whatever. But believe me, just take the amount you want to spend, divide it by how many months are in the year, and do that. We do that for everything. Everything. And that goes into a different account. And that makes it so much easier come Christmas or when you need the money during the year when you found a great deal on a gift. You have the money already set aside and you can pull from there. Yvonne says, is it weird that I want fried chicken for Christmas instead of turkey? No, fried chicken is delicious. If I'm making baked, this is also from Yvonne, if I am making baked goods as presents, when should I start baking? Bake whenever you want, but I would pass them off to them as soon as you're done making them, wrap them, give them the gift, because you don't want them to sit out too long and get stale. So you can bake things in bulk, like I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I bake cookies up the wazoo. You could freeze them, like my Italian Christmas cookies. I'll make a ton, and then I could freeze them, but I won't frost them. I'll frost them after I take them out of the freezer when I need them, and then frost them so that the frosting doesn't crack and they're fresh. So start baking whenever, but just the biggest thing is, when do you want to give them out? That's the big thing. So find your date, plan on when you want to bake, and make as much, but hurry and get them out. Okay, this is from Abnormal Housewife, and she asks, what's your earliest Christmas memory? Oh, that's a good one. I do remember decorating my tree when we lived in Worcester, when we lived in the 3-decker. And I remember that Christmas tree. I do have a memory of me being in front of the Christmas tree and smiling at the camera at my mom. I think I have a picture of it. I was little. I could have been 5, maybe. But I just have fun memories as kids. You know, couldn't sleep on Christmas Eve, and we'd be so giddy, especially when we moved to the Auburn house. We lived in a Cape style home, and me and my brother's bedrooms, the girls and the boys' bedrooms were upstairs, and we were just like, ah, it's Christmas, and we would run across the hall to each other's room, and oh my gosh, we could hear things going on downstairs. We get so excited. It would take forever to fall asleep. I really wonder, it felt like we stayed up forever, but I really wonder how late we would stay up. I really would love that to know. And it was probably not late, but to us it was probably like, whoa, this is so late. But yeah, we couldn't wait, and we'd wake up my parents like, come on. It'd be like 6 in the morning. They'd be like, go back to bed. We're like, get up, you know. We just, I just love, and that's something that I miss about, is that like excitement as kids. But I get it, it's a new excitement now as a parent, you know, like waiting to see what their reaction's gonna be, so it's a little different, but oh, it's just so fun. From Aaliyah86, how do you not go overboard with presents for the kids? I always end up buying so much. I know, and it's easy too, because you get so excited, you get caught up in it. Oh, we've been there. We do things like something they need, something they want, something they read. You could do that, and that helps not go overboard. Like honestly, we don't get our kids a lot. So like I said, they get 3 or 4 gifts from us. Well, 4, and then 1 from Grammy and Grampy. But you know, we'll do something that they asked for, something that they want, something that they need, something to read, and that's it. They really don't need a lot. But it's easy to go overboard. But I figure if you're going overboard with like clothes or, you know, stuff that's just not going to disappear after the Christmas day, you know, all those little gadgets, then you're fine. But it's so fun. It's just, and if you do go overboard, so what? If you can afford to do it, then do it, and don't feel guilty about it. Malia also asks, how do you handle being sick during this time of year? Hashtag feeling like Scrooge. Oh, it's hard when you don't feel good. Oh my goodness. I missed half of Christmas Day a couple years ago when my parents were here. I was not feeling good, and Derek gave me Dayquil, but Dayquil reacts to me just like NyQuil, and I'll sleep. I'll just sleep, and it's hard when you don't feel good. That's why I say, that's why, like, when you are feeling good and you have the time, get as much done as you possibly can earlier. Wrap, get everything done within like a week or week and a half before Christmas. So if you're feeling like poo, you could just relax and enjoy if you can. I know everyone's got crazy schedules. Like right now I'm trying to wrap because all of Christmas, like all the Christmas presents are stored in Callie's room right there, and she's coming home either tomorrow or Wednesday. So I got to get everything out of her room, and I don't want everything out here. So I'm trying to get, and Derek's going to help me, we're going to get Christmas wrapped and put under the tree, and then Santa will come and bring his surprises for the kids. So it's hard. If you're prone to getting sick this time of year and it makes you grumpy, just do whatever you can to prepare and get ahead of yourself, and that's key with Christmas. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all in our heads. We put the pressures on ourselves, you know. The kids aren't going to care if, you know, if, I don't know, you didn't put out that one decoration, or they're just so excited for the year. So, and like, was it last year or the year before? I just didn't have it in me to make our breakfast casserole. I do it on Christmas Eve. I put it in the fridge, and we have it on Christmas Day. I was tired, I was done, and I just didn't have it in me to make the casserole. And we didn't do it. We had orange juice and cinnamon rolls. Some things you just gotta be able to let go. From Taylor_makeup, what is your favorite part of Christmas? My favorite part of Christmas, I don't know, I guess preparing for it. Like, I like this. This is fun. Seeing, you know, the reaction on the kids' faces and things. Helping others and serving others. I love that. Finding opportunities for our family. Our family likes to find service projects and focus on others. So yeah, I love it all. I really do. I love, even though it's stressful, I absolutely love it all. I really do. Okay, the picture that I used to post this question on Instagram, they asked where was this picture taken, and it was taken at the Joseph Smith Memorial Building in downtown Salt Lake City. Okay, this is from Lael Clark. What was the gift you were most excited to give someone one year? Oh my gosh. That's a tough one. I don't know. They're all been fun. I would have to say, like, though the funnest thing Derek and I ever did was when the Grinch stole our Christmas. I'll leave a link to that video. But he stole, like, our Christmas tree. He stole some Christmas decorations. The kids came out and there was no Christmas. But it was all hiding down here. And there was a ping pong table. We got a new TV that year. And that was exciting. Just to see their faces. And that was fun. But I don't know. I have a horrible memory. Oh, I was excited. Was it last year? No, the year before. No, last year? No, the year before. To give my mom and dad the Instant Pot. Like, I was so excited to give my mom that Instant Pot. So, yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. From Allison Barron, favorite tradition you'd love to see your kids pass to their kids? Oh. I honestly would just love to see them baking the Italian Christmas cookies and passing that on. Really, I would love to see that keep going. Maybe reading the night before Christmas with their kids, maybe Christmas jammies. I don't know. They're gonna make their own, and it'll be exciting to see. Okay, from Emma, any ideas on starting new traditions with teenagers ages 15 and 16? If your family does the ELF, have them be in charge of it, because I'm done with that. Let's do that. They could do that for the younger ones, because that's exciting. They like doing that, so I put my kids in charge of that. But for them, you can make traditions of going driving, going looking at certain lights, going to certain programs or concerts with them, do some service with them, have them be more involved in things, I guess. Every year we're finding something new. One thing that we've been doing in the last couple of years is going to Desert Star. It's like a comedy theater dinner group. You guys have seen this. And we go as a family and we go to their Christmas program and we have dinner there and watch the comedy show like it's a play, and they're so funny, and it's just fun to like sit there and have dinner and laugh together watching this play. So that is a tradition that we started that my teenagers love. So maybe find something like that you could go to. Yeah, we're going this year. We're so excited. My parents love going to that too when they're here. So this green bow does not like to bend very well. At this point, I really don't care how it looks. I just want to get it done. I love you, Derek. From Michelle McKinney. What are your favorite traditions you do as a family to celebrate Christmas? One, the dinner play. We love doing that. We love going and looking at homes at their lights, and then we'll pick our favorite, and when we remember, we will go get them a treat from the store and drop it off to their home saying, thank you so much for your light display. We thought it was the best one we've seen this season. Thank you so much. Sometimes we'll just leave it on their doorstep, but we always get store-bought where it's sealed so they know it hasn't been contaminated or anything. And just let them know, like, thank you so much for working so hard and letting us enjoy your lights, you know, so that's fun. We like doing that. We love going to Temple Square to see the lights. Okay, this is from Giggles to 123. Do you make any special foods for Christmas Eve? Like, we'll have the cookies out, the M&M cookies for Santa. No, it changes every year. like for us, since we've been married, no, like there's no like tradition in that regard. Like it depends, like we'll switch every other year Christmas with Derek's sister, because they share Christmas with her husband's family. We will do a gift exchange whenever we're together, if it happens on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. We do the night before Christmas. We'll have fudge. Like Derek's mom makes this hot fudge that you could put over peppermint ice cream, so we do have that on Christmas Eve, peppermint ice cream. My kids have now like said they want a hot chocolate bar on Christmas Eve, so we'll do a hot cocoa bar. But let me tell you about when I was little, because growing up, yes, we did. Growing up in when I lived in Worcester, I lived in Massachusetts, and we lived in a very Italian neighborhood. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, is full Italian, and my mom's dad is full Irish. And so traditions for food were on Christmas Eve, we would have a full-on Italian, like Sunday gravy type of like meal. We would have the pasta that my mom and grandmother made. We would have the meatballs, the sausage, all of that. And what am I doing? And sometimes we would have it with lobster. And then once we moved from the city to the suburb of Auburn, we still did that, but then it stopped, and they just wanted to make things a little bit easier. Christmas Eve was Chinese takeout. And Chinese takeout in Massachusetts, if you're from there, you know it's like a thing. And I freaking miss the Chinese takeout from Massachusetts. Oh my gosh. It's not the same out here, like, at all. So we would do Chinese takeout, and we would have that. And we loved it. It was like so exciting, because we knew we're like, Christmas Eve! Chinese takeout was like a big deal. Like, big deal. So we look forward to that every year. So I don't have a set thing other than desserts for traditions on Christmas Eve. But you guys tell me in the comments, like, what are your traditions for Christmas Eve? Like, what do you have to eat that night? Okay, from Mrs. Jermerit, do you make a special Christmas breakfast? Yes, I like to make Christmas breakfast casserole. I do have a link to where you can watch me make this. I like making that, because you can make it the night before, throw it in your oven the day of, and you've got everything in there. You got your eggs, your cheese, your bacon, your sausage. It's all there for you in a casserole. And then we'll make cinnamon rolls and have juice and stuff, and that is our breakfast. From Michaeline73, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Okay, my all-time favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Hands down, the best. Then I love watching Christmas with the Cranks. Like, if I wasn't filming right now, I'd probably have it on my phone or on the TV, because I don't know why, but when I'm preparing for Christmas, even Thanksgiving, I will put that movie on. I don't know, it gets me in the mood. Ooh, this is from Bethany KO. What is your favorite gift you received as a child? When I was around 10 or 11, I got a 10-speed, and I was so excited. It was purple. I believe it was purple. I don't think it was pink, it was purple. And I was so excited, because we now lived in a town where I could like ride a bike, and it was safe, other than going into the schoolyard that was across the street from us growing up. And oh, it was so girly. It was like probably the most girly thing I owned, honestly. Then I begged my parents for a leather jacket when I was a teenager. Oh my gosh, I begged. They were in for like years and years and years. And it was the brown leather jackets, and oh my gosh, I wanted one so bad. All my friends had one, everybody had one. Finally, when I got it, I was like 17, I want to say. Yeah, it was my senior year, so I was 17, or I just turned 18, I think. I don't know, guys, I was 17 or 18. Finally got one for Christmas, and I was so happy. I didn't even have it for a week, and it got stolen at a party. So I had to go home and tell my parents. Like, to this day, I am so sad about it. Okay, this is from Alice Star 1234. How do you keep the season centered around Christ. Well, we have this box, and each day of Christmas is like a scripture that you could read with an ornament you can hang on the tree, and it goes through the story of Christ's birth. And so you could do things like that, where each day you can read something on it, and there's tons of things that you can find online. But we'll do that. We will, for family home evening or at night when we pray, we will talk about certain specific things that happen around Christ's birth. Christmas Eve, we always watch the Nativity. There's a video that we watch, and it's wonderful. We really do focus a lot on our Savior at the Christmas. So find something that you could do every night. Maybe read the story in the scriptures. Read in the scriptures in Luke, the story, like every day. Like every day, read a scripture on it, or do a nativity where you could bring something out each day for the nativity, and it talks about that specific, like the 3 wise men, and talk about their story and things like that. So that's what we'll do to keep Christ centered on Christmas. Okay, this is from Peach Beaches. What is on your Christmas list? Honestly, nothing. I didn't ask for anything. Yeah, I didn't even give Derek clues. Like, nothing. Nothing's on my list. I don't need anything. I'll be happy with whatever. Derek and I are just doing stocking stuffers this year for each other. We do that a lot. Last year we bought each other gifts. This year we're doing stockings. But sometimes Derek and I are both so bad, we'll surprise each other with something. And so who knows if either one of us will keep up our end of the bargain. We'll see. We'll see. Especially Derek, Mr. I love to give surprises. That man is so awesome. But this year we just said we're doing stocking stuffers, and that's how and we'll wrap everything that we put in it. So I'm honestly I didn't ask for anything. Like, I'm not expecting anything, nor do I need anything. And yeah. From Jess Stewart 90, do your kids still believe in Santa? Yes, there's a couple of them that believe in Santa. What ages did they stop believing in? Oh, maybe 10. But right now my 11-year-old is still holding on to that, which I love. Okay, from Brie Marie, what is your favorite thing to cook at Christmas time? The cookies. I love doing the cookies. I love basically the baking stuff, the cookies. And if we do decide to do the Italian meal, I absolutely love making that. How do you break the news of Santa to older kids? Or do you just let them figure it out? I let them figure it out. Never said, oh hey. I would just let them figure it out. From Carrie Carmichael, best ever hiding spot. Well, when they were little, the trunk of my car. Now that they're teenagers, it's tough. That's why we just wrap and put under the tree. We're doing this year because I'm just tired of hiding. If you want to open that gift and see what you got, by all means ruin your Christmas. I don't care. The best ever hiding spot, let's see, besides when they were younger, the trunk of my car, the shed. Hiding in the shed, and you make sure you have that shed key. Grandma's house, done that a lot. Done Grandma's house. In fact, Grandma's got something at her house right now. It's a family gift. It's over there. I have put a majority of the time all the gifts in Rubbermaid containers and stacked them up on the shelf in the garage. That was a good question. I want to know from you guys, what is your hiding spot? What's your favorite hiding spot? What do you do? I love hearing. Oh my gosh. And then, do you forget about that gift? And then after Christmas, you're like, oh yeah, here's this gift. I've done that with Callie. I'm like, oh yeah, look what I found. Like 2 weeks later, it was like a makeup palette. I knew I had another gift for her. I'm like, we're missing one thing. Okay, so along with the Christmas budgeting, Southern Couponista asks, what does your Christmas budget include? That's everything. that's decorations, that's gifts for other people, that's Christmas cards, that's for the kids. It's everything. Maybe not food. We do the food out of our food budget, but it's everybody, everything, ornaments, everything. From Carter Lynn, how do you find the self-control not to go overboard? Oh, that is so hard, not to go overboard. I just remind myself, like, is it really necessary? Am I gonna have buyer's remorse after this is all said and done? Because I do not like that feeling at all. So I have to once Christmas is done, I have to stay out of the store. So I'm loving now, like, Walmart can deliver, because or you could do pickup at Walmart, because if I go in there, I'll see another thing like, oh, but they'll like this. It's hard because it's fun shopping for other people and seeing their reactions. But I honestly think of the aftermath of Christmas. Like, do I want to feel that regret? Like, oh, crap, now we're in the hole a little and we're going to have to pull from, ow! Now we're going to have to pull from somewhere else. I don't like that feeling at all. So I keep telling myself, you don't like that feeling, you don't like that feeling, don't do it. So I'm bleeding just a little. It wouldn't be Christmas if there wasn't a little blood involved, right? Oh my gosh, blood, sweat, and tears. From Kel Heaps, as a mom, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about Christmas? My favorite thing about Christmas is, I don't know, the fun and like the family time, you know, getting together. That's my favorite. Stephanie Gamble asks, how much do you spend on Shaylee for Christmas since she's the youngest versus your other kids? She gets the same as everybody else, but they think she gets a little bit more because her birthday is December 22nd, but we spend the same amount of money on her birthday as we do the other kids. We have a budget for each of the kids, and that's how much we spend on them. So it does feel like Shaylee gets a little bit extra because her birthday's right next to Christmas, but she doesn't. It's even all across the board. And from what I talked about, as much as we can, versus like if it's a big item, ticket item. What was, from K86, what was you and Derek's first Christmas together like? Oh my gosh, I remember being in that apartment, and I remember we had our tree. I was so excited for us to have our first Christmas tree. It was artificial, and we had it for a few years. And I remember he bought me a pair of shoes. He doesn't remember buying me a pair of shoes, which is so funny. But I remember he bought me a pair of shoes. And I don't remember what I got him. Like, I don't. I just remember that. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. Isn't that horrible? I'm gonna have to go back and read my journals, because I really don't remember. That's you know what? I'm gonna have to go back and look at my journals. I don't remember our first Christmas. I do remember us talking about like how exciting it would be when our kids come and to do Christmas with the kids. So I do remember us having that conversation.